gonna put this brand right on your ass. It's gonna say praise in cursive. What's up, Dark Souls fans, and welcome back to Praise the Sun. Today, I'm going to be using the Soldering Iron, which is a weapon that's universally considered pretty trash, but honestly, it's not a bad weapon at all. Yeah, compared to other spears, since it has the spear moveset, it's technically worse because it does less damage. However, the spear moveset is a great, solid moveset. So if you play well, and you make as few mistakes as possible, and you only really get a couple, in the time span of an extremely long duel, because you don't do any damage, you can still wreck people. I mean, it really just comes down to, you know, who the better player is, and who plays a little bit smarter. So that's kind of the personal challenge that I've set forth for myself, and today I've been using it, and I gotta say, I've been doing alright with it. You know, I obviously don't win every fight. It's never gonna happen. Oh, my cords are all fucking tangled. There we go. Yeah, I obviously don't win every fight. But who does with any weapon, so. Let's see how we can do here. Oh, that was smart. I didn't even have my parrying dagger out, and he, like... Oh, come on, roll away. Damn it. That was a mistake. Mistimed my parry badly. I don't know why I thought I had enough time to do that. Got him. Got him! Alright. But yeah, I think this weapon is actually quickly becoming one of my favorites, because it reminds me a lot of the old Key to the Embedded, in the sense that it's just got a solid moveset that you can play smart with, but it does no damage, you know? And the Key to the Embedded got a buff shortly after Dark Souls 2 came out, but, GG. I actually made a video on it early on in the channel called The Key to the Embedded is OP, and it was before the nerf, and so it does, like, no damage, and I was doing alright with it just because the greatsword moveset in that game was extremely solid. And it's kind of the same exact situation here. So let me show you guys my build, because, believe it or not, this weapon normally does even less damage than what I'm doing, so I did manage to get it to a respectable level. So I've got my Soldering Iron plus 10, my Hollow Parrying Dagger plus 10 like I have on every build, and then I've got this, Torch plus 10, because fuck it, why not? You know, and actually the Torch is such a good complementary weapon for this. It's pretty nice, obviously complements the cosplay, but the L2 on it, which is just a horizontal swing, is pretty nice. It catches people's rolls at close range for sure, and it's very good for getting that last hit because it's pretty quick, no one expects it. And then, so of course I've just got the full Jailer set on. Hornet Ring, Leo Ring, Ring of Favor plus 1, and the Life Ring plus 1, so that I can just have like a good amount of health to give me more room to make more mistakes, in other words, you know, because the fights are going to be pretty long. But it's got like an AR of 317. It's honestly not bad. Honestly, it is not a bad weapon at all. We're going to see what we can do against everyone's least favorite weapon class, the Rapier. And for all intents and purposes, for all the whining about, you know, everything being OP, I should just automatically lose this fight. So it's going to be interesting to see how it turns out. Got him! Got him! I figured he would forget that I took out the parrying dagger and then went two-handed. I was being sneaky. Too sneaky for you, Gavin. Too fucking sneaky. And again! Wow! Alrighty then. Well, GG. GG. And what have we learned today, class? Don't fucking spam rolling attacks after you get stun locked. Just don't. It's like 90% of the time a horrible idea. Everyone looks for that. That's the easiest parry to bait on the face of the planet. Don't do it. Ever. Like, it's just fucking horrible idea. The only time I would ever roll into somebody and go for a rolling attack after a stun lock is if I was absolutely certain this guy was not trying to parry me. Which would mean he would not have to have a parrying weapon equipped at all. Let alone letting it happen twice. That's what I'm saying. Like, his weapon clearly outclasses mine. It does more damage. It's faster. It's blah, blah, blah. All I have is a range advantage on him, and I do absolutely no fucking damage. So I should have lost that. But if you play smart, and you just outclass the other player, you know, and that's not to say that I'm just a better player than him in general, you know, maybe he just had a bad duel. But if you play smart and you outclass the other player in that duel, there's no reason why you can't win with whatever the fuck you want. So, see what we can do here. Alright, we got another roll attacker out of stunlock. So I'm gonna go two-handed with this thing. Got my parrying dagger equipped, though it's hidden right now. Get him in a stun lock, and we're gonna parry that rolling attack. Ouch. So as far as the moveset on this weapon goes, they're all pokes, you know, it's just slightly slower, slightly faster pokes. I would recommend really kind of using the R1s as a basis, and using the R2s just like that. Using them to bait parries. Because outside of baiting parries, the R2s aren't really super useful, you know? You can use them to catch rolls, but that's just getting fancy, because you can just use the R1s to catch rolls, and it's kind of easier, so... Wow, I got fucked. That was a mistake. Ooh, GG. GG. That's what I'm talking about right there. Rolling attack for no reason. Gets killed almost every time. GG, man. That Leo ring counter damage was nuts, though. That was a massive single hit. But good game, dude. Good game. So we'll see if we can play a little bit smarter through the rest of the video. I'm a bit ashamed of that fight. I definitely should have had that. But what I like to do with this thing is after like an R1 stun lock, you can charge an R2 and you can just free aim it. You do have to be unlocked to be able to do it. But yeah, you can just free aim it and you can catch side rolls pretty easily. And the R2 does combo into another R1. It doesn't combo into two R1s, so only press it once. What else combos into an R1? Oh yeah, the weapon art. The charge attack. You'll get another free R1 after that. So yeah, I mean, it's a pretty good combo-based weapon. And it's just really, really good at shutting people out, having superior range over them, which is the same exact benefit you get from any other spear. So I'm definitely not saying that it is the spear you should go with, but it is the spear you should go with if you want to challenge yourself. And it's really not even too much of a challenge. It's just that you have to play a little bit more intelligently, a little bit smarter, a little bit more careful. You gotta really make sure that you're taking advantage of your weapon range over theirs. And the R1 follow-up. GG. And you gotta make some reads. You gotta make some hard reads. You gotta make some super hard reads, like as hard as my dick kind of reads, in order for this weapon to really work. Because it doesn't... and you gotta make multiple hard reads. Because it doesn't hit for any fucking damage. But that's the fun of it. I tried to invade people in Irithyll Dungeon earlier today. I got like a couple clips of it, but the invasions were just so slow at soul level 120, so I ended up just saying fuck it and coming back and dueling. But this is a very, very cool invasion cosplay if you're going to invade the Irithyll dungeon. Because you can just kind of pretend to be an enemy. Although you do look significantly different from the real ones. First of all, they don't hold a torch, they hold a lantern. And secondly, they're like way taller. They're like 8 feet tall. I didn't even realize that until I dressed as one and stood next to one in someone else's world. I was just like, oh, this isn't obvious. So you can't really fool people that you're an enemy. I cannot believe both of those rolling attack parries didn't go through. What am I doing? I'm just going to give up on parrying for a sec. Just for a sec. It's hard to get past that katana run attack with this weapon unless I'm just going to parry it. Which is probably what I need to do. And I fucked it up. Of course. Of course! Alright. Ignore parrying. Just be good. Didn't get the sweet spot on the stab, so it wasn't a true combo, but still got the second R1 anyway. Just because Mr. Impatient here likes to spam roll. Ooh. I don't know if I'm going to be able to parry this guy. I don't know if I should really risk it. I think the next failed parry I get is death. Especially if he's wearing Leo Ring on that running attack. GG. Woo, that was a fucking close one. GG, Mr. Pickles. GG. Goddamn. The butt clench was real. So, yeah, I mean, I realized that I was making a huge mistake by trying to parry that guy. I don't know what the deal was, because he didn't really seem laggy, but I was just fucking up my timing every single time. You know, and it doesn't mean that katanas are hard to parry, because they're not. I just didn't get the timing down. And I recognized that, and so I stopped parrying, you know, and that's basically what you have to do with this weapon, is you have to recognize what you're fucking up before it's too late, because you're gonna die in 4 or 5 hits on average, just like, you know, any other time, but they're gonna die in like 12 to 15, so gots to be careful. God damn it. Oh, that was a smart move. Smart move. I thought he was really trying to get the parry. Ooh. Spicy, spicy, spicy. Calm your ass down. Okay, so I can bait him. I can roll, bait him into a rolling attack. I can parry that shit pretty easily on reaction, so let's try to do that. Nope, out of range. So yeah, knowing every weapon's range is definitely going to help you out here. And that's just something that you learn by playing the game, so. And, you know, not rolling attacks that you can just stand out of range on. Phantom range is a little weird, but you can very consistently, like, be out of range of somebody. You just have to be a little smart about it and get some quick pokes in on the hyper armor just for some free damage, because he can't hit me too fast. Too fast, too furious. No, you don't. Nope. Yes. The two-handed parry bait is extremely useful on this thing, and really just any weapon, you know? Any weapon that can recover fast enough that you can switch to your parrying weapon from two-handed mode and just fucking get a parry in time, you know, just being able to get out of your recovery frames fast enough to be able to react to an obvious attack like that is extremely useful on any weapon, but on this one, more so, because landing a parry is extremely valuable on this thing, obviously, because even after you land a parry, you've still got to land 7 to 8 hits before they die, so it's a good thing. Definitely a good thing to practice. Alright, Mr. BM2, let's do this shit. I'm gonna try to get a torch kill this video for you guys. See, I'm just kind of backstepping out of his range. Not like a real backstep, but just walking backwards out of his range and baiting out these very obvious attacks. Know your ranges. Know your attack ranges. It's going to help you so much. The only way to figure that out is get hit in the face a lot. So, get to it. Start getting hit in the face. Ooh, mid-fight buffing. You're lucky. I wasn't even looking at the screen when you started that. Nope. Gotta have my buffs, gotta have my buffs, 'cause that weapon he's using does too much damage. I heard this shit was OP, Reddit told me, time to buff, get fucked, boom, boom. I just can't right now. Like, okay, guys. All right, I'm gonna. This is the one slightly salty, sarcastic thing I'm gonna say in this video, because I am gonna try to like tone it down a little bit. All right. Now I'm gonna say what I wanted to say. That guy has a straight sword, which is currently the most complained about fucking thing, like, in the entire game. Like, it's buffed. He's coming at me. He's trying to hit me. Apparently, straight swords are unavoidable because they have insane phantom range. And I'm just going to tell you guys right now, phantom range doesn't mean shit when you time your iframes. So, you know, I mean, and the thing is you fight a straight sword enough times, you know where their phantom range ends, and it doesn't change based on netcode like some people seem to think it does. Obviously, if you have a fight where, like, somebody's super laggy and they're freezing everywhere, that's not going to be something you're going to be able to predict. It's whatever. You might as well just let them kill you. But in an average fight, the fucking phantom range doesn't change distance. It's a set value. It's got absolutely nothing to do with lag, really. So, I mean, it does have to do with the netcode, but it doesn't have to do with lag in the sense that the laggier the match is, the farther the phantom range is. You know, I mean, the reason you get hit from like 20 feet away on an extremely laggy match isn't because the lag is increasing the phantom range. It's because the lag is desyncing your opponent, and you don't actually know where he is. And he's probably right next to you on his screen. So, you know, something to think about. This is like the worst weapon in the game against apparently the best and completely unavoidable death weapon in the game. And that guy got fucking destroyed. So, like, shit, man. But I'm gonna stop talking so much so I don't make so many mistakes. That is a weird rolling attack to parry. I don't know if I've landed that parry before, but it seems like kind of delayed. It's a little tricky. So does the sprinting attack, or the backstep attack he just did. So I don't know if I should risk it, but we gotta learn how to parry it sometime, right? Oh! Ooh! Nope! Not today. GG, mechanics. GG, dude. We do not learn to parry those yet. Next fight, maybe. Yeah, it just seems entirely different from most rolling attacks, and, you know, even other rolling attacks within that weapon class, I don't know exactly what sword that was. It just looked like a generic giant greatsword to me, so it could have been fucking anything for all I know, but, I know I haven't tried it yet. But, you know, most of the greatswords that size have a two-handed rolling attack that's a poke. And the parry timing on that one is to parry right at the end of their roll animation, before they even start their attack animation. Because that attack comes out pretty quick. That rolling attack comes out pretty slow, and so I feel like I probably needed to react to it rather than try to predict it, and that's what got me smashed in the face. Should have made the adjustment and wrecked his shit, but it is what it is. I made mistakes, I lost. It's got nothing to do with his weapon or mine. God damn it. Nope. I'm out. Get burned. How'd I get burned? How'd I get burned? I really want to hit him with this torch. So slow. So slow. I'll just put it away for now. I'll try to get him when he's at low health and he doesn't expect it. But yeah, seriously, this torch is great. It's like a backup dagger, you know, like when people whip out a fucking rapier on you when you're at a speck of health. It's basically the same effect. Except I feel like it's even more unexpected, because who the fuck thinks you're gonna hit him with a torch? Not many people. Ooh! Alright, this guy is pretty good at avoiding. I'm playing too offensively, I feel. I need him to come to me. And there we go. Come to me. Come to me, my child! Yes, good. Good, feel the hate flow through you. That's another thing this weapon is so good at. Since it does no damage, and everybody just hates getting R1'd. Every time you hit them with one of these puny little R1s and you stun lock them, they get a little more impatient. And that is something that is so easy to take advantage of on most players. They're gonna start spamming rolling attacks. Oh, fuck you. I thought he was doing the ones over his head. God damn it. Smart. Ooh! Good. Good roll punish, man. GG. Alright. Officially done with my coffee, so hopefully I wake up by the end of this video, but... yeah, that's what's pretty nice about the weapon, is that, for a lot of the players that you're gonna go against, you poke them with that shit enough times, they're gonna get pissed off. Like, it's basically like branding a horse, you know? Like, they're gonna freak the fuck out. They're gonna get super upset, and they're just gonna start doing shit like this. Why is this guy hitting me so many times? Oh, I shouldn't make my voice that high. But you get my point, you know, they're just gonna start spamming shit at you, and at that point, it's L2 City. Well, not L2 with a torch, but L2 with one of these, you know what I'm saying? So, and that's what I like about spears in general. Overall, I feel like they're just a little too basic, and it's not the most fun thing in the world to play. But what I do like about them is how impatient it makes people when you're hitting them just with these little pokes. Even if you have a spear that does, you know, a shit ton of damage, it's still, I mean, it almost is even better that way because they just panic. And it's very easy to get a punish off something like that. That guy was very composed, though, and he had all the mix-ups in the fucking universe, so good for him. Alright. Alright, win key. I don't know anyone who even pushes that key. Oh, jeez Louise. Someone's feeling spicy. Ooh, and out comes the dark sword. Another weapon I shouldn't win against. We'll see how this pans out. Is that the dark sword? That is the dark sword, isn't it? It's that fat, ugly fucking piece of shit. You're out of range, bro. Dark sword doesn't outrange everything in the game. Just most things. I should have followed up with the weapon art there, but I'm just trying to play real careful. I'm not trying to eat a reverse roll attack to the face. man, they said they fixed the freezing in the latest patch, like they undid the last patch, but I'm still getting these weird frame rate hiccups. There we go. That's the follow-up I wanted. Didn't hit the sweet spot, though. That should have been at least 150 damage. You know, doing that grown man damage. Hitting him for a whole 150 on a weapon art. But you gotta take what you can get when, when you're using this weapon, is my point. 74 damage is unacceptable. I need a little bit more than that. Oh, dude, no, 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 no! Fuck! God damn it, I fucked up big time. I accidentally hit R1 again, and it just queued up the attack. So, you know, congratulations for winning a trade-off, guy. You looked really happy about it, so I'll let you be stoked about that. You can totally fap to the fact that you pressed R1 better than I did. Good job. But anyway, moving on. Mistakes were made. They did not need to be made. And we're gonna stop fucking making them. Came close, though. Come on, summon signs. Come on, summon signs. Come on. God damn it. There they are. Okay, finally. But yeah, as far as the R2s go, I haven't really shown you much with them, but basically all I do is use them to counter people who are parry spamming, and I have had some pretty decent luck doing like an R1, and then like doing a free unlocked R2, although I don't think I've done it in this video yet, so I'll try to do that in the next fight. But I've had some pretty good luck with it. It does work, but only if they're rolling to the side. And if they're rolling to the side, well, you could just catch them with more R1s. Although you do get more damage on an R2, so it's worth it. It's not necessary, in other words, you know. So I really kind of just tend to save them for the parry baits. Also, most people roll away from spears because they know that you don't roll into a spear. You know, most people are pretty aware of that, so... So yeah, I guess your main follow-up after an R1 combo would have to be the weapon art to catch that rolling away. Let's see if this guy's gonna roll away or toward. Okay, so this guy's gonna keep rolling, and this rolling attack is super easy to parry. Called it! Called it! Called it! Get your ass up, I'm not done burning you! I'm not done burning you! Oh, shit. Oh, man. Nope. Nice try. Ow, fuck. God damn that Leo ring counter damage. Why doesn't mine do that kind of counter damage? Ow, fuck. Okay, I need to go two-handed. I need to go two-handed. I think I get a little bit of extra range on it. I don't know. I need to hit this dude in the face with a weapon art. Not like this! Not like this! Oh, fuck! Oh, man, I fucked that up. The Onikiri and Ubadashi do not have that many recovery frames. I do not know why I tried to punish it with a fucking weapon art. Don't try that shit at home, kids. That is how you get yourself fucking murked. Oops. GG, man. GG. Pretty patient Onikiri player. I'm a little disappointed he didn't even try to go for the weapon art. There were actually a couple opportunities that I left myself open where he could have landed it. But, hey, whatever. Be coming out with a strategy guide on those motherfuckers pretty soon. And I will show you all the ways to hit that weapon art, which is pretty cool. Oh shit, guys! I finally figured out how the weapon art actually works. I finally figured it out. The whole reason I haven't made the strategy guide yet is because I had no fucking idea how the weapon art stagger worked. And it was taking me forever to fucking figure it out. I tried testing it with Murchie. We couldn't figure it out. You know, it wasn't a zero stamina punish. It wasn't a fucking like like the invisible stagger on the weapon art that combos into the slash is what I'm talking about here. You know, it does. You know, it's not like it works on block. It's not like, you know, it was just like we couldn't figure it out. I couldn't figure it out. When you hit somebody who's trying to do a parry, it doesn't even stagger them then. Even though it's an unparryable move, they have to go for like a second parry, which a lot of times they do, and they get hit in the face with the cross slash. So it's pretty effective as a parry baiting tool, but it doesn't do the stagger thing. And so I finally figured it out. It is an interrupt. If you have played fighting games, you can think of it as a frame trap. Essentially, if you start the weapon art and they are pushing a button, this is why it was so hard to figure out, because there's no visual indicator that you get that your opponent was pushing a button at the time, you know? You have no idea if your opponent was pushing a button because you interrupted the animation and you don't see it come out. I finally figured out that if your opponent is trying to do an attack, so if they're pushing a button and you get up against them with that jump, it will interrupt their button press and it will stagger them. Now, this is incredibly fucking tricky to pull off consistently. And the reason for that is because against fast weapons, you can get it off of like a hard read. Like if you hit them with a L1 combo or an R1 combo, and you go immediately into a weapon art because you know that, you know, they're a rapier user and they're gonna like be spamming that R1 afterwards, you know? You know, you can get it off of a hard read that way. So instead of them actually being able to R1 you, they're actually going to, let me get this guy. Instead of them being able to R1 you, they're actually just going to get staggered. Man, this guy is hungry for this fucking parry. Let me show you how it's done, bitch. Get fucking shit on. Anyway, what the fuck was I talking about? The fucking Onikiri Nubarashi weapon art. That's right. Okay, so it's an interrupt. It's a frame trap. So you're basically predicting your opponent's button press. And when you get your button press in before theirs and you're jumping up against them doing the thing, all of a sudden they're just like, oh shit, I was pushing a button. And then you fucking cut their head off, you know? It's fucking awesome. And like, I am even more in love with the weapon after figuring that out. It's an extremely tricky thing to time. Against fast weapons, it has to be a hard read, like the hardest of reads. Like, you have to recognize that they are a spammer. Against heavy weapons, you can react, sort of. I mean, it's a prediction. It's a prediction against heavy weapon users, because if you push like the weapon art to try to interrupt their button press like the second they press it, what's going to happen is they're going to have hyper armor. They won't get staggered, and you're going to get fucking destroyed. Now, some moves, depending on what kind of ultra weapon it is, will actually not finish their swing before the cross slash actually comes out, so you win anyway, and it's clean. You don't trade, you know. But you know, that depends on the weapon entirely. You know, that depends on how fast it is. That depends on what move they're trying to use. It's very situational. But with enough practice, I'm starting to figure out like almost all the situations where it's working. You know, it's a very tough thing to test. Because it's just something that you have to practice. Get fucked. It's just something that you have to practice. It's just something that you have to guess your opponent. You have to get good at reading them. But goddamn, if that's not the most satisfying move to pull off in the entire fucking game. Like, it's way better than pulling off a parry. It's way better than basically anything Dark Souls has ever fucking had in PvP. It is so satisfying to pull off, because when you get that stagger, it's like, caught ya. Pushing a button when you shouldn't have been. And you just fucking shred them. Because if you get that stagger combo, first of all, the invisible stagger actually ups their bleed, which is why you should always be using Onikiri Nubarashi as a hollow infusion, using Karthus Rouge on it for maximum bleed buildup. Because when you get them with the stagger, the cross slash is an immediate bleed depending on what armor they have. Like, on most people, it immediately bleeds them. and it hits for like 1,000 fucking damage. It's absolutely intense, and it is well deserved because you just had to basically predict that they were going to push something before they even did and interrupt it with a pretty slow attack. So like when you get it, oh my god, it feels good, and then you can follow up with another L1 and they die. I mean, if you catch somebody with that, they die. Maybe if they had like the absolute maximum amount of health, they could survive it, but I haven't really seen too many people survive it. Like maybe one or two. So it's such a satisfying weapon to use. It's honestly probably going to be my favorite weapon in this game forever. I don't think I'll find another one I like as much. And you know, I like every weapon that I have tried so far. But Onikiri and Ubadashi is like the fighting game player's weapon, and it feels fucking fantastic. I love it. Absolutely love it. Took me forever to figure it out. It's such a hidden mechanic, but especially because in PvE it just works. You know, when you L2 an enemy in PvE with that, it always staggers them, like basically regardless of how heavy their armor is or anything. It just seems like a magical move that always works. And then you go into PvP and you're just sliding off of people. What did I tell you guys? I told you I was going to show you those R2 roll catches. And then you can just follow up with another R1. It's true combo. This thing's pretty beastly. Like, people underestimate this shit, but it's pretty beastly. Oh god, that could have killed me. Holy shit. Alright, time to focus. Do a running attack. Go ahead. I dare you. I'm going to stand right here. I'm going to let you do it. And you're going to miss. And I'm going to stab you in the face. I'm going to put this brand right on your ass. It's going to say praise in cursive. Marking you that I fucking own them butt cheeks, boy. I own them butt cheeks. Get over here so I can fucking brand them. Get over here. Come get this shit. Come get this shit. I'm fucking scared now, actually. I feel like I've fucked around for too long with this guy. I gotta kill him. I gotta kill him. Wait a minute. Torch. Oh. Why didn't I think of this? I'm gonna get him. I'm gonna get him. If I die for the torch kill, it's worth it, right? Oh shit, you're out of FP, my friend. GG, GG. Didn't get the torch kill, but fuck it. Who even cares? That was a fun fight. And a fitting last duel, guys. I think I've said everything I wanted to say. I hope you guys who wanted me to talk more strategy and less salt appreciate this shit. But I hope that the point of this video is not lost on you, okay? Because my last video, yes, I was like super salty. I was like making all kinds of complaints about the community. Every single one of them was valid. Every single one of them was valid. And I think that today, without being super salty, I feel like I have proved my point with this goddamn thing, okay? So, you know, we're just branding peace signs on people's asses here on Praise the Sun and changing people's mindset on what an OP weapon is. So peace and love, my brothers and sisters. Have a fantastic day and praise the sun. Later.